Oh, hello there. Come closer out of the dark and sit around my campfire, why not? My name, is of no great importance, but the stories I have to tell you are. Witness 4 lost souls journeying together through a grim world of perilous adventure. Be warned, though, these stories are not for the faint-hearted, and once you have heard them, you cannot unheard them. Bear witness to the Vagabond Chronicles. Holy shit.
Carry on my vagabonds. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary heads to rest. Don't you cry no more. young dead aren't far behind. You can hedge your bet on a steel chariot. Zombies coming right on time. Now if you're ready to dive into overdrive, Ratty, the magic is on. It's like you're running away on some high octane. Every time you sing this song, won't you take a ride on heavy metal? It's the only way that you can survive down that road. Satisfied on heavy metal. When baby, won't you fight it until they explode. Heavy metal. My oh my, how those birds can fly once they start swooping to cleave you. But you know you can't lose with the way she moves. Blues blow far enough to save you. It's not a big surprise to feel your temperature rise. You gotta get your killing on, 'cause there is just one cure that you know for sure. You just become a heavy metal believer. Won't you take a ride on heavy metal? Baby, won't you ride hard into the wall? Heavy metal.
Holy shit! Pretty rousing stuff, right? That's right. We're taking those fuckers on. Holy shit! One epic. Thy name is Vagabonds. Right?
Vagaboo.
I know, right? Dude, every time.
Whoa.
I know. It's quite a statement. It's a sweeping statement, but it's a statement nevertheless.
It
Hi.
wasn't expecting that.
I've got more poop.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Vagabonds, and this is now chapter 38. Would you believe it? Which is called 38, man. 38.
Yeah, amazing.
It's weird, isn't it? It's crazy. This is 38, and we are still in the campaign that will not die, the undead campaign that is Return of the Leashmaster, Warhammer 1st Edition roleplay, with the chums that are the Vagabonds. Hello, Vagabonds. What's up with your bad selves?
Hello. Hi.
We are one Vagabond down today. Blue sadly can't make it as she has some pressing work stuff she has to deal with. So we are one person down. Which, the way I see it as a games master, that's one person down, potentially one PC up for grabs. Those fate points don't eat themselves, do they, folks? So I'm just saying.
I thought you were going to say
Sadly, they don't, Neil, no.
Tom and Clem are doing that thing where they're perfectly synced.
Yeah.
I'll shut up now.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say... oh, it's gone. It's gone. Forget it.
It's gone, man. It's out there. It's gone. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
right.
I thought you were going to say one less player character to kill. That was...
No, I meant the opposite. I mean one sort of like lonely, weak, like sheep away from the flock is where I was going with it. Like sort of like, you know, one just drifted away from the safety of the numbers of the herd, and that's when they usually get eaten, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah, mercy really isn't your style, is it?
Not really. More like sort of Herald Destroy You is the sort of motto that I have in my roleplay bag. Box.
Kind of got that.
Speaking of which, let's get into it. So, hello to everybody in the chat. Hello to our wonderful mods that are always there, lurking in the shadows. Not lurking in the shadows at all. He's doing an amazing job. I don't know where I'm at with that. I was trying to make some kind of gag. It didn't land, and yet I said it anyway. Bizarre.
Mod assassins.
Mod assassins. There we are. Hello to them, and also hello to the disco mods as well. Hello. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say disco mods, it's because I keep on saying disco as opposed to Discord, because we have a Discord. If you want to join, there are also rewards for being tier members. We have uploaded today, or yesterday I think it was, the first of a long batch of character assets that Clem has made for the Vagabonds. These are to be used non-commercially, so you can't make money from them, folks. You can't sell them or shit. But you can use them in your
Hey,
games.
we can't make money from them, so no one else
You
can.
don't make money from this, Pete. I put a stop to that. I put an end to that. You don't make money. That's just like the written rule. Pete does
Buy
not
my
make
Pete
money.
t-shirt.
You're not getting your Pete t-shirt. You're not getting your Pete hand towel. You're definitely not getting your Pete Bizarre marital aid. That's just not happening. Right? So anyway, so you can use them.
Throwback.
I know, right? just squashing it, sir, before it gets out anyway. So you can use it for any personal usage, basically, and you can use it in tabletop games. You can even 3D print from them, I guess. They're assets, so why not? That is a tier 2 reward. You also get all the music that we badly parody on the show. That's going to be uploaded to tier 2. And tier 1s, they don't get that, but they do get the Vagabond comic. And tier 3s get all of that good stuff. And they also have a coffee morning, which will be this week, folks. So I'll be reaching out to the tier 3 sub people to do our Chaos Crew coffee morning, because it's coffee time somewhere in the world, to do an interview, basically a one-on-one with me, asking questions about my work, about professional work, and about the games I've been in, and all the games industry and mocap and performance capture in general.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, man. Do you know? Well, you
Amazing.
That's because you don't listen to the fucking show, dude. It's because you don't listen. None of you listen. Yes. Also, we have a bit of community news, and I'm going to lead it in. I'm going to let Tom take it over, I guess, because I like dropping Tom in the middle of things.
I don't know what the community news is.
I'm going to be saying it. So we have I think it's a world first for role playing, for Twitch role playing. We have one of our party members is actually out for a jolly walk right now, and is not at a table. It's not even at a computer. They're actually out. But here's the thing, folks. It's a competition. You get to guess whom it might be.
What? Community sports. Community sports.
Community sports. Yeah, one of our members is currently out for a walk whilst playing.
So if you hear any duck noises, or as we just had 5 minutes ago, somebody threatening to clatter them because they were going to put apparently going to put some of their dog waste into their bins, which obviously wasn't going to happen. Don't worry, it's not like part of a weird part of the show. It's just that one of us is out and about in the public world.
Is that the community news?
Yeah, pretty much. It's still on the ground this week.
It's been quite cold all week.
It's a sweepstakes. So this is a sweepstake.
I didn't even do the intro. It's been a really thin week for community news, I gotta say. It's really thin.
As usual, I just wanted to throw in the usual shout that as per usual, we have you can see the figures. So the figures assets that Neil was talking about, the Hero Forge assets that tier 2 subscribe and above subscribers get. You can see the images. You can see the some on our Instagram, which is @VagabondChron. We also have a Twitter, which I think is the same. Just search for Vagabond Chronicles on Twitter and Instagram. You'll find them. We have loads of fan art. We have all sorts of stuff up particularly on the Instagram. But yeah, you get to see, so the whole idea is every time we do an episode, we'll release a few more Hero Forge figures. This week's ones were Quint, the official model of Quint, Scooter, the blacksmith, and the Leashmaster themselves. There you go. That was some actual community news. Not that one of us is walking a fucking dog.
I mean, if you're gonna suddenly throw standards into this game, then fuck it. All right. Speaking of standards, let's go into the game and introduce the vagabonds that are playing tonight, and very succinctly, folks, whom you are in terms of who you play, and we're gonna get straight back into the action because it was a fucking weird cliffhanger last time, was it not?
Oh yeah, it was good.
That's right, it was a cool old cliffhanger. So let's start with initiative order. Begrudgingly, it is the Halfling. So Halfling, whom are you, what are you, and why should we care about you?
Why are you so anti-Teddy all of a sudden?
I'm not,
it's like,
all of
you
a
don't
sudden.
like his initiative being that
That's right. He has been fairly consistent.
I've been consistent with my annoyance with Teddy. It's just that Teddy's really wily. It's really hard to kill him, which is insane. He's a halfling. He should be dead by now. I mean, clearly, you know. So anyway, sorry, take it away. Pete, love Pete, by the way. Love Pete. Hate Teddy.
Hello. Hi, I'm Pete. I am playing Teddy. I am the one walking the dogs.
I can hear the cars in the
I'm the one
background. Please don't die when you cross the road.
Being shouted at for having poo.
Yeah.
Teddy is a awesome little thief. He looks after everyone here because he's so good by his cooking, which gives everyone amazing bonuses. And
That's true.
he also hides a lot and steals a lot.
Yeah.
None of which are actually related, but hey, he's good at what he does.
Pete, I think we're gonna have to start giving us Teddy recipes.
I think that's cool.
Teddy
We should do that as a tier thing. We should get some Teddy proper Aussie cooking, some Teddy Aussie heart attack cooking.
Right.
Yeah, some proper heart attack recipes. You know what I mean? Stuff that we can't sanction, but they're just out there. Like we take the responsibility if you choose to cook and eat this thing. Then we should do
If you choose to eat it, then we blame it on the halfling.
We'll blame it on the halfling.
There was a cookbook at some point, wasn't there?
Was
that the old Discord?
I think it was a cocktail. It was a cocktail thing. I think.
We had some cocktails. Yeah, hidden put cocktails for all our characters together. They're on our Instagram.
Okay, cool.
Oh, amazing.
Moving quickly onwards, so we have Dell the elf, who's not here unfortunately this weekend. She is also with her little doggo Fleck. They are now at the mercy of an all benevolent, benign, potentially demigod that is Sad Neil. This is Sad Neil over here, who eats fate points. That's Sad Neil. Moving swiftly on from the elf archer, we also have Ratigan up next. Ratigan is this person over here with a chicken on his head. He's wearing a bathrobe, which actually is now a wizard's robe. And he's a hedge wizard, sort of. What's going on, Ratty?
Hello. Yeah, I'm Tom. I play Ratigan. Neil, you sort of just did the intro for me.
Yeah, I know.
I got on my head. I got some pet ferrets. I can do some magic. I generally do it accidentally. That's it. That's your lot. Let's
Skip along.
Push it along.
I
I
always feel like Neil steals my intro as well. It's like, oh, here's the last name. It's like, puts everyone in a negative space. And then,
it's chapter 38, and let's face it, 2/3 of the Vagabonds have made up with this fucking campaign. I really want to try and move on. Next up, and lastly but not leastly, is our hairless rat, the thing that crawled out from under the rock. Quint.
Bloody hell.
I mean, he's nice. He's like, Quint's great. He's just a hairless rat.
He just looks horrible.
Horrible. He's a shaven Skaven. He's a Skaven that has found his way through. But I'll let you introduce him because I'm being rude. Go ahead, Clint.
Right, well, hello, chat. Yes, I play, what is it, Quint, who is a very mentally badly damaged Kentucky Fried Skaven, who was kicked out of his clan and burned quite seriously. They kind of left him for dead, but he had more and better ideas. He wants to become a knight. He's never going to become a knight because he's a Skaven.
Well,
but, you know, getting there's going to be fun, isn't it?
I like the perversity of him becoming a knight. You don't know.
No, I always love a bit of perversity, Neil.
You're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of you. I'm your boss. So, yeah. No, I'm joking.
Vermin Grail Knight. Sure. Let's go with that.
Right, cool. So we're going to flesh pretty much back into the action. The last thing we saw, if we go very quickly, we saw from Dell's position that the archers are pretty much falling back, some of them running through. The skeletons are overwhelming the entire settlement, heading towards the centre, which is La Maison Tal over here. From that position, we saw buildings being destroyed. The war penguins were masterly and very coolly, by Tom and Scooter, the Scooter's over here, the blacksmith, were ridden straight into the gates over here, into the actual main building, past the dwarves who've sort of got very drunk and are setting up shop there, skidded to a halt, jumped off, and then Tom decided to pray to Tal, who he thinks this is a patron god now, and has decided to try and commune with him as one last ditch effort. Try and turn the balance. Teddy is currently just watching his little pet robot here just go to town on a whole bunch of undead monks that are kind of like streaming up from the crypts, and is feeling rather alone. And we have Wavy Davy, Dr. Dash is in here with the infirmary, and most of the villagers have boarded themselves up in various rooms. But the last thing that we saw of any interest, if you were interested in that kind of thing, was Tom being elevated into the air like an astral projection of himself, launched hundreds and hundreds of meters into the air, and could see the whole of the valley ahead of him, including the mighty Frugal Horn ahead, was given a sight of their main adversary, which was, presumably Heimlich Kemmler, who's doing this sort of like weaving backwards and forwards around the settlement, coming closer and closer towards the main gates over here. And he saw all of the undead marching ahead, so he knows all the information that Blue does. And the last thing he saw was this brilliant light enveloping him and his zombie chicken on his head, and the words booming out through his very fibre and soul, "My son."
Yes.
Pretty fucking epic ending, wasn't it? Oh, Daddy. Oh, time out. Okay. So
hang on.
Okay, there we go. Okay. So Tom, you hear this voice, like it feels like it's inside your brain, inside your body. It's like reverberating through you, but it's gentle and it's not pounding. It's not loud. It's not ear splitting, but it's very much like you can feel it in your entire body. What are you gonna do, sir?
I say. No, definitely not your son, Mister. I left my daddy back in the little old village in the woods that I came from.
And we'll start. Fantastic.
Not me, but
denying the gods.
You are now.
You hear the voice sort of like takes a pause after a while. This sort of like this breath, even though you don't think this entity breathes, as he goes. I mean metaphorically, of course. You are all my children.
Oh, I see.
Slanesh, isn't it?
You're doing that sort of. You're like, we are all your nature's children, kind of thing, right? Is that what you're doing? I mean, you didn't diddle all our mothers, did you? You didn't.
Have we turned divine intervention into a skit?
A little bit.
Always.
A little bit.
Okay, so as you sort of do that, Tom, Ratty, as you often get distracted and you pretty much ADHD your way through this conversation, you sort of like look around you, and underneath your feet you can see various explosions going off in settlement. Everything's happening in like super slow-mo time, but things are still moving. So you sort of become quite conscious that even though these minutes will probably only be split seconds or seconds down on the mortal plane, time is still moving forward. It hasn't completely stopped. So just bear that in mind.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. So can I carry on talking with this voice, please?
Yep, sure thing. Go ahead.
I sort of stick my hand up, like, you know, like you do when you're in class.
Yes. Yes, you in the astral plane at the back.
Thank you for showing me the nasty man. Is there anything else you can do to help us? Because we're about to have to go and sort this whole situation out, and he is smashing up like a big old church of yours.
It's sort of like you hear this sort of like breath again, and he goes, "Those that seek to help me will start by helping themselves. I will leave the it's like,
fat no then.
Oh, Jesus. So he carries on as he sort of goes, you hear this, it sounds like a mountain coughing, like, you know, humming himself. He goes, I would try mean, I will give you the capacity to defend this holy place. But know this, if you choose this path to become a devoted follower of mine, there are some things you will not be able to do upon pain of having this power stripped asunder. You have no idea what he's talking about.
Are you talking about when... Are you talking about masturbation?
Again, the mountains. This mountain sort of makes this really awkward coughing noise. He goes, no, masturbation is perfectly natural. I was talking about rules of Taylorism. This is awkward. After a moment, he just goes, just say yes and talk to the monks later. Basically,
I'm gonna say yes, as long as the agreement is I can do anything that's natural, and you know, right? Yes.
Your mind goes to what you consider to be natural and what you could get away with, and you sort of dismiss it very quickly and just focus and say yes. He goes, there's a good lad. You kind of feel this enormous sort of weight on the top of your head, but it's not like squashing you, but it just feels like it could squash you. And it just like presses down on the back of your head a few times, like it's patting you a little bit. And then just disappears, like this mysterious kind of weird gravitational force just like very gently dops you on the head. He goes, good. Then I bestow upon you a sliver of my power. And with that, his voice just goes, and the whole of this kind of like weird faded out version world just starts humming. And like then it visually starts humming. You start to feel like it's like being in a rock concert standing in front of like one of those mega speakers and then them cranking it all the way up to like 11 on a 10 scale. And your whole body starts like going, and you feel to the point, you kind of feel it's quite nice. You know, it's kind of like a vibrating massage chairs, like one of the ones you get in Japan, like one of those things. Yeah. After a while, it gets a bit intense, and then it gets more intense, and then you sort of like try and look out to grip on anything. You also notice that Noodle and Mr. Spidge are also sort of floating next to you, kind of in the same kind of way that you are. Your arms are sort of all been sort of like opened, and you're sort of like just floating there. Ooh. They're also sort of floating there. They're also going. Their fur's like standing on edge. They're basically like two like vibrating fur balls, just like like spinning around you slowly.
I mean, there's three of us. We're three vibrating fur balls because my hair right now has gone very, very just like total afro.
Yeah, actually, in a weird way, your hair started perming itself. It's a bit weird. The power, you do feel the sudden burst of power that's coursing through you, and your hair starts to perm itself everywhere. Like all of your hair starts to perm. Even your eyebrows are perming themselves a little bit.
Please write that down on your character sheet. Permed hair.
Okay, I've made notes of it. Basically, I'm basically turning into Bob Ross. I've turned into Bob Ross.
You basically, yeah, exactly. You basically turned into Bob Ross.
All right.
You may have to roleplay that a little bit. All right, good. So basically,
right.
So
Okay.
now that he's Bob Ross the fuck out of you, you sort of like you find your body is like you just feel completely electrified. You also feel like this kind of expanse has happened in your mind. Like you have more knowledge than you thought you had before. Like you suddenly there's some things that you get which you haven't really, you didn't know before, but you can't remember not knowing it anymore. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Right.
Or not. But you've sort of inherited some skills as well, which is pretty trippy. One thing that you can feel very much is you suddenly get this incredible sense of magic. Magic from this deity that is supposedly the incarnate of Tal. You get this incredible, overwhelming sense of the magic. Like you can feel his magical ability. You can feel the magic binding him to the winds of. You can even feel the winds of magic, which you've heard of, but have never felt experience. What that means mechanically is you now have the skill Magic Sense, and on a successful willpower check, you can use the Force, so to speak, and you can feel magic. Yeah.
I love it. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's very cool. You don't know the details of what the magic you discover, but you can recognize magic and you can feel how strong it is and directions and location, all that kind of good stuff. You just want you couldn't pick up an item and tell you what the properties of it.
That's a good thing to put on my character sheet, not the bad things that you wanted me to put on my character.
Well, no, the afro's kind of cool.
Yeah, the Bob Ross lookalike. Don't knock Bob Ross, dude.
The accident.
All right. So you get that. You also get a much greater understanding. Do you have identified plants on your thing?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now you have sort of evolved sense of that. So you have an evolved sense of plants. You actually know. You suddenly sort of get this weird burst. You sort of look down.
Talk plant. I want talk plant. If that's where we're going with this, give me talk plant.
Well, you might have to find. You can find a skill. You can find a spell for that. You can try and make a spell, but let's get to that later.
Talk hedge.
What it means is you get herb lore. So essentially, you have a much greater understanding of plants and vegetation. So you've now been bestowed with herb lore, which is very useful because that's a useful thing to make components for. And lastly, you're not going to know this straight away, but you sort of do this anyway. You sort of do tend to meditate often, but now meditation is actually like a lot more practical for you. So meditation will give you D6 magic points down per hour.
Okay, cool.
And lastly, you get this. You've basically leveled up. So you've now gone to a hedge wizard level 2. Which allows you to access magic from any school level 2, 1 and petty from any of the schools, randomly or not. You also are now going to be rolling your magic points as a normal wizard. So it's 4d4, not 2d4, which is what I believe what a hedge wizard is. So you can now also level up your magic points now as well.
Right. Okay.
Roll high, Tom.
I just got juiced, everybody.
Yeah.
You feel your body after all this. You're going to roll 44 in a second, Tom, but you feel your body sort of like literally almost exploding atom by atom and then repiecing it back together. And then you just shoot back down to the ground through the air, through so the mountain sort of dips, suddenly enlarges overhead. You rush straight down towards the building, sort of smashing through the roof of the building without actually making any damage or dents. Actually, there's a hole where the tree is. And you sort of land into your body with this kind of like that, and you immediately throw up as well. You immediately vomit, and not much, but a little bit. And you sort of wipe the sick back, and you look around. Everybody's still doing the things they were doing seconds ago. The dwarves are still placing more barrels as a kind of like makeshift barricade. You see a couple of people with a makeshift flint. Just sharpening their swords, or a couple of them are now battering more wood into the windows there, or racing in and out of the wallways. Nobody seems to have noticed you at all. In fact, one of the monks that has been ferrying holy water to Pete backwards and forwards, who's now catching his breath, he sort of looks at you and goes, "You're right. You don't look so good. A bit peaky."
sort of just feeling my afro, you know, just like
Yeah, you've got this incredible afro now. Like you've Bob Ross the shit out of you. Yeah, amazing.
I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty good right now, actually. I'm
Ratty Ross.
feeling pretty good within myself, actually.
All right.
I gotta go find that leash master and take him out, though.
I just like to put a little bit of spells over there just for the leash master. Yeah, okay, you're going to complete ASMR. Yeah, this guy starts looking at you in your new ASMR voice, and he's just like, huh. And he just starts like drifting away with your voice a little bit, and then just shakes himself and grabs a couple of vials and starts darting back the way he came, like he forgot to do something. Okay, cool. So that is you at the moment, dude. You're gonna have to roll 4d4 for me, please.
Yes.
It's gonna be your addition to your magic point pool. Makes you pretty.
Here we go.
I need 44. Give me where are the D4?
Rattling it around over there. So.
I can't see you right on the other side of the board.
Wow.
Where are you?
Okay.
I'm next to where you.
You're right. All right, I see it. Yeah.
There you go. These are 4d4 for you.
Sorry, I've just had to zoom all the way out, and now I'm zooming back in again.
Scroll that mouse wheel, sir. Scroll it.
Come on, Tom.
It's like my dad playing roleplay.
Wow.
I've just had to scroll out. I'm doing the scrolly thing. I'm trying to these dice, those dice. What am I? I'm a paladin, am I? What's that? I'm not into that, but I'm not really. You know, what if I don't follow that religion? Oh, it's pretend, is it? All right.
Oh, wow.
What's that?
Cool.
4, 4, a 2,
4,
and a
4.
1. Not bad. 8,
That's
that's
not
10.
bad.
That's 11 points. That's 11 magic points. That's a big boost. Not bad, sir. Not bad.
Yeah.
For you, that's a big boost. That's good.
Yes, that is like more than double my. That's over 100. Yeah.
Okay, so you still need ingredients. The first time you find a spell, like always, you find it and you can cast it without an ingredient. Because you're a hedge wizard, you do magic like a sorcerer, like intuitively. But every time thereafter you have found a spell, you'll need to find a ingredient, whether it's by the rule book, whether you and I agree on that. You have to find those ingredients still to channel your focus back to that feeling. That's why you use ingredients. And wizards use the same thing, they're just a bit more prescriptive. But as a hedge wizard, it's way more intuitive. It's more like a natural sorcerer than anything else. Cool, that is your go. So we're going to go back into initiative order because I think we kind of have to. Teddy, the Iron Giant, mini Iron Giant, is still battling its way down. Skeletons are now starting to sort of try and squeeze past it. And every now and again, there's like a skeleton that squeezes past. But it is making there's a lot of fucking bones and rags just like thrown around. There's a lot of old monks' habits that have been torn asunder and ripped into two, and just lining this like corridor. This thing is just pounding its way down into the crypts. What do you want to do, sir? There's a skeleton coming up, like it's only got one leg. And it's sort of hopping its way towards you like this. Actually, it doesn't do that because it's got a skeleton. It hasn't got any vocal cords. It's more like that.
I'm not sure actually. Probably want to head up and continuing to get help.
I'm sorry. You're going to get help. The entire... Wait, what are you doing? The entire thing is besieged and you're going off to get help. That sounds like you're running away. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, effectively.
Okay, so now that we're clear, you're going to turn tail and run. Okay, can you please show me... Because I know that you haven't got access to tabletop just yet. Just tell me where you want to run. Can you see the table on the Discord, sir?
Yeah, up the ladder.
You want to go up the ladder, okay, to where blue is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's your movement, just out of curiosity?
3.
Okay, so you get to the base of the ladder. This thing is sort of like hopping its way. It's got a lesser movement than you, but it's just basically hopping its way like doing, like this. And it's just around this position over here. You can, because you have marksmanship, you can fire on the move. I'll give you a -10 penalty, but you can definitely shoot on the move because you're a marksman.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so who are you designating to roll the dice?
Oh, you for sure.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Alrighty, that's an interesting choice from a player, but okay.
Luck with the dice is not good.
Exactly.
Alright.
And you think mine's better. Interesting. Let's go. That is a 84, almost a 24, 84. Sorry, no bananas.
No,
cool.
that's all right.
So you sort of pow, and it just like bounces off. This thing's hopping so weirdly and erratically, it just misses you. It misses it by a whisker. Because it just like hops over the shot basically in a weird way, it hops to the side. You get to the base and you put your hands on there. You don't know what Dell's doing. Dell is doing stuff. You hear the kind of twang of her bow reassuringly. Quint, we are dashing over to you. So you're still over here by this wall, right?
Yes, I think we got to the point where I'd realised that chances are they hadn't gone over the wall, so I was going to be heading back to the window.
Yes, I believe also, because you actually, let's go to this map here, which is like a sort of macro map. Dale actually shouted over to you. You're actually over here.
Yes,
Dale
that's
shouted
correct.
to you to get back in again. So you came out this window here. There are some archers sort of like hastily on these ladders or these sort of like placements over here. They are all firing. You can hear this twang, 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 twang of all of the bowmen around. They are actively shooting, and they are, well, you don't know what they look like or how they feel emotionally because you're not that empathic. But they're definitely active, and they're definitely like pointing not too far away from the wall, if that makes sense. What do you want to do, sir?
I'm heading back towards the window and getting back through it carefully because I don't have a missile weapon, so I can't help them.
Fair enough. Okay, so you sort of hop your way back into the room, and you hear sort of there's nobody in the room. In fact, Jean-Louis, I don't know if you know this or not, but he's actually hiding in a rather large cupboard there, and you can sort of like go to the doorway here, and you see Teddy has sort of like come to the ladder here and has fired a shot which is missed. And this like hopping skeleton's going boing, 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 boing towards him. Like that. That is pretty much your go. Unless you can take a free action like shouting or screaming or laughing.
Laughing.
Pointing and laughing. It's like, those are free actions. Just examples, so you don't have to do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Master Teddy, Master Teddy, where is everyone?
Oh, Pete, you can totally respond. You can respond to that. Free actions are fine. I don't mind if they cross over.
Is
Pete being hit by a car?
That'd be a turn up.
Who's walking the dog? It's Pete that's walking the dog, everybody. And yeah,
It's Wally, isn't it?
just had personal things to. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
Where were we at?
Sorry.
Yeah, can you just give me like 10 minutes?
Yeah, no problem at all. I'll speak to you in a second, sir. So back over to Ratty, in which case, because I think, let's face it, the coward's way is up the ladder. So Ratty, it's your go, sir. Scooter is here as well. Scooter's still sitting on top of cake, I believe it was, or was it rice? No, it was rice. He's on rice at the moment. And cake is over here, sort of like eating various like inanimate objects.
So listen, dude, we've got to find the others. We got to find the others and go and take out those bad vibes that the leash master was bringing to this joint.
You're gonna play him like Bob Ross the entire way through.
You'll be needing a number 4 brush for this.
I'm definitely going to be needing a number 4 brush for this.
Is there a way that you can bastardize Ratty's accent into Bob Ross's voice?
I suppose
There you
it'd be a bit like this. I suppose.
Perfect. That's exactly where we're at.
All right. Well, I need to find. Let's get further into this building. I reckon they'll be in here somewhere. Come on. So we're heading deeper into. We're looking for the others. Basically, I'm going to be like. So I'm also going to shout for them. Like, so I'll go like. I'll sort of go like. Guys, where the bloody hell?
You sort of snap out of Bob Ross, and Bob Ross.
That was temporary. I'm going back into him.
Oh, nice.
But
I like the fact you drop in and out of it like it's a real, like it's put on. I love it. Okay, so okay, you sort of shout out. Scooter sort of looking at you, and he's sort of like trying to control Rice, the war penguin, quite well. Nobody's really paying attention to the war penguins, quite frankly, which is a good thing. And they're all starting to run around. You do hear various voices like bar the gates, they're coming, bar the gates. You sort of hear a few people rushing in from the courtyard now. A couple of extra monks and various villagers and whatnot, who are sort of like here and just like darting in. They come to the big doors and they start pulling the big doors reasonably, as close as quickly as they can.
What are you doing in terms of ordering Scooter around or getting the other war penguins, or are you just going to rush through yourself?
No, I've said to Scooter, we gotta go this way. We gotta go find everyone.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that he will get that message and move in after me. Like, I mean, can we? Is there room enough for us to ride the war penguins further into the building? Or
You could probably because this is all pretty open. Like I said before, Tull's place of worship is kind of like a hippie commune, right? It's not a narrow,
big open courtyard.
It's a big open courtyard. It's all made of wood and woad. It's big open spaces. The tree there's a tree in the middle of the main hall with an open skylight to let water fall, let rain fall on it. It's pretty open. It's kind of like a very, very big stable with some dormitories attached and stuff. So you could ride it probably straight through to where Teddy is right now. You can see Teddy going to the ladder actually.
In that case, I just got straight back on to the other war penguin then and have yelled to. So yeah, we're just going to ride it further into the building.
Dude, you've got animal handling. You can totally do one of those Zorro whistles and like jump on it.
Yeah,
fucking excellent.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Let's do that.
All right, cool. Okay, so can you make a leadership test plus? I think it was 30 because you know it and you've got animal handling and all the rest of it.
All right, D10. The D10s are sort of caught up in
the death. Yeah, these two.
D10.
Penguins reversing. Meh. Sorry.
Oh God.
Terrible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
That is a 32. That's a good pass. Great.
32.
Okay. So you use one of those like one of those like teethy like two fingers in the mouth whistle, which I'm not going to do now because I realise I'd blow everybody's ears out on the channel. Sorry. So let's not do that. But yeah, you do one of those sort of cool whistles and it gets everybody's attention in the room, especially Cake's. Cake just bounds over to you, and actually Cake doesn't even like let you jump on. It knows exactly what you want to do, and it just like puts its head down pretty much underneath where your feet are, like in between your thighs, and just like hoiks you back up onto his back with his head, and you sort of like flip around and like grab onto him, and you sort of like dig your heels in, and you start riding him. It was pretty fucking cool, actually. It was pretty.
Onward further into the buildings, guys. Come on. Right. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're riding deeper into the build.
Cool.
I'm guessing we could cover like to this. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to balance you and the chicken on. God damn it.
I'm actually going to request that Klim does a rebuild of Ratty with a.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it still not?
No.
Okay.
Klim.
This could take
man.
Whoop, shit.
We might be a little light on the options for chicken hats in Hero Forge, but I will see what I can do.
Just get a helmet. There you go. That's as good as I can get it.
Come on, Hero Forge.
Make your helmet like orange and yellow and red, and you'll be that's close enough. It's fine. All right, so you are like charging through on war penguins. In fact, you can see in front of you there is actually a one-legged skeleton hopping after Teddy. Teddy looks like he's been crying a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And he's got one hand on the ladder, and he's sort of looking slightly fearful, and is now trying to get up the ladder reasonably quickly. You and Scooter are pretty much in this corridor now. You can. I'm not going to say you can actually do much. It's been about 6 seconds, so that's fine. Okay, that's your go, pretty much, sir. Quint, you are coming into the corridor. You see the war penguins actually emerge. You don't know what the war penguins are. You've never met the war penguins, have you?
No, but I'm assuming if they're reversing in, I'm just seeing the back of the cart. Or am I seeing the whole thing?
They're charging forward, so that would be insane for them to reverse in.
Fair enough.
Not reversing in.
More insane than having war penguins as opposed to horses. War penguins that are covered in panto outfits so as not to get witch hunters and to freak the local populace, which look exactly like fucking, like, you know those horse pantomime costumes? We get one dude at the back, one dude at the front. They're basically wearing two shitty versions of those.
Oh, the tangled life we lead when we flatter to deceive, yes.
A lot of webs. A lot of webs. So yeah, they look pretty shit, dude. And they're just riding it. But you can see clearly that the Tom's on it and
and this other dude who you don't know actually, this other like human is on there as well.
Okay,
but it's like good guy stuff. They like seem like they're good guys, so that's fine.
Right, I'll suspend my gut feeling to scream.
Sure. Your musk glands tighten somewhat, but you're reassured.
Good thing I'm very empty still.
You're empty.
Okay, right, so cart, excellent. So I'm going to nip back in, grab hold of the chest, put it onto my shoulder, and run towards the cart with it, hopefully before that one-legged skeleton hops his way and dispatches the halfling.
Sure, okay. You can try and charge the skeleton.
I want to get the chest first.
You want to get the chest first, you greedy little vagabond. Well, that's actually in keeping with everybody else, that's fine. Alright, so you're going to grab the chest, right?
Yeah, because what's it? He's halfway up a ladder. The man's on his own.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. You go back. The chest itself isn't like hugely heavy. You're pretty strong. Actually. Okay. So what's your strength? I've forgotten.
It got better.
Yeah.
1 second.
I think it was like 3.
I have a strength of 3 now.
Yes, it's fine. So you can pick it up. You can basically put it up and put it on your shoulder and on your back a little bit, and then just carry it kind of like with one arm around it, which means you won't be able to use your shield. But you can still use your sword. Okay, so you've got it on your shoulder. And you can whilst you're carrying it, you have to do that. You pop it up and you sort of like run back out into the corridor. Now you've got this thing on your shoulder, which is fine. Anything else that you want to do, free action wise?
Let's have a look here. I need to.
I'm just putting barrel on your head there. Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. You know, it looks nice. It looks nice.
Yeah,
you know, I think it's a choice. Let me think now.
Master Wizard, will somebody deal with that skeleton? I just need to get this chest onto the cart.
Oh, all right. Just give me. Okay, dude. Just great. You've just given me. You know,
this is commitment.
What happened to your hair?
I got my hair turned into a ball. I kind of like it. It's like a cloud on top of my head.
So Ratty's fucked. Great. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we're going to move into a new round. However, before we do that, there are a few things that are going to happen. Firstly, the skeleton that's hopping its way towards Teddy is caught up with Teddy and is going to make a very badly disadvantaged attack on Teddy. So we want those.
It's that much quicker than me.
No, but hasn't it been like... Oh, that's a good point. This is still the same round, isn't it? Okay, fine. It's hopping towards you. It's not actually at you. That's a fair point. So that's fair enough. So yeah, it's sort of almost within combat range. It's right in front of you, basically.
Short versus one.
Yeah,
legs.
it's basically like next round it'll be able to attack you. Okay. It won't get a charge bonus. It might get a hopping bonus because for shits and giggles. So that's like hopping towards you. You hear various screams around from the walls. You hear screams that are further afield in the actual settlement itself that are carrying over. There's another explosion someplace, somewhere. And you think, Teddy, you can hear people shouting from the front over here about barring the gates. And you can definitely hear the sounds of like wooden supports being leveled down against doors and whatnot. People are rushing into these various rooms and you hear this like locking of doors behind them. You know also that these dormitories, this is the infirmary over here. The infirmary over here. The infirmary has got full capacity. There are various people in all of these rooms, various villagers that are holding up there basically and trying to do the best they can. You don't know where anybody else is, or Dell's sort of above you apparently. So.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to head to, I think.
Okay, cool. So
just to either get her, or unless I've seen them come in.
Yeah, so you're gonna run up to. You're just gonna run straight up and see how Dell's doing. What's going on?
Well, I've seen Ratty and the penguins come in.
Yeah, you totally see them. Whatever you heard there, you heard and you saw. So even if it's just a furtive look over your shoulder, it's totally fine.
It's kind of unmissable, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty unmissable. 2 fucking huge war penguins looking basically like pantomime donkeys. Yeah, it's unmissable. If you do miss it, says a lot about you. So,
Clem, what are you doing of making giant war penguins in Hero Forge?
This is a stretch, isn't it?
Rare. I can try.
I challenge you.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see what I can bloody do. All right.
I can guess then I'll if that skeleton's there, I'll launch a kick at it to sort of boost me up the ladder as well, if that's an option.
Say that again. You're going to launch off the skeleton like parkour?
No. Use no. Just sort of launch a kick at its head to sort of help me boost up, so I can get up further up the ladder and take a combat action as well.
Oh yeah, okay. So you're going to sort of do two things at the same time. That's fine. So you're going to make a it's an unarmed strike. So do you have street fighting?
No.
Or any martial arts? All right, that's going to be a minus. No. It's going to be a -10, I believe, to your weapon skill. And a minus to your damage as well. So that's 42. What's your weapon skill?
Oh, hold on. Just find that. 41.
41, really? Do you have luck or anything like that?
Nope. That's good.
Good. So that's right. Okay, so you sort of strike out at it. Now, as you're going up a ladder, you have to be within striking distance of it, which means it has to be able to be in striking distance of you, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So,
I guess that much.
Yeah, so you're going to miss this. It's going to be able to get one attack on you at the usual me rolling dice kind of affair. So it may miss you, but it's going to be able to strike you at least once.
Yep.
In fact,
that's fine.
I'm going to do that now as an opportunity strike, if that's cool with you. But if it's not cool with
you...
No,
that's not a rule. Okay. That's not a rule.
Why not? I can do whatever I want. This is my rule. This is entirely my world.
Lame.
Dude, I don't stick to the rules, you know that. So we're going to use an opportunity strike, because otherwise you'd be up the ladder and then you'd have a mysterious hit on you potentially later, which doesn't make any sense. The good news is that it hits you, and that is for... It's not a critical hit, though. It's just a normal hit, so that's a 10. That is going to hit you for 5 points of damage to your legs, I'm going to say. The leg that was kicking out.
Yeah, like nibbles on it or something.
Yeah, basically like that, and there's nibbles around it.
I shall adjust.
What's your toughness?
3.
3, so that's 2. And you got any leather armor or anything like that?
Nah, I don't have anything.
Fair enough. Might want to look at that, dude. Whereabouts? Where's your area? I forgot where you're.
I'm white. Yeah.
This one over here. Okay, cool. You're down to 4. Okay, cool. All right, so it sort of nibbles on you. You manage to push it off and kick it off, and it hobbles back in like boing, 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 like this, and just goes back a little bit after a little nibble on your leg. I'm gonna make one little roll actually, which is important later, not now.
A nibble roll.
Nah, it's fine. Okay, cool. So what's the rest of you? You can carry on with your journey, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's going to head up and
okay. So
kind of grab Blue.
Okay, so kicking off that skeleton, you manage to get to the roof. It is a grim sight. You sort of exit via the hatchway here, which is right next to the bell. It's actually in the bell tower, and actually you can see the bells like moving backwards and forwards, swaying with all the kind of wind and fire that's sort of raging in the environment. Looking around you, it is the apocalyptic stuff of nightmares. The half of the settlement is burning. You can occasionally see sort of these explosions of various flammable material. There are a few villagers still out running for their lives, being hunted mercilessly down by these skeletons. There are bands of skeletons everywhere. Each one of these skeletons is roughly somewhere between 4 and 6 skeletons apiece. So you get the sense of how many skeletons there are. It's a horde. It's like hundreds of skeletons. You can also see... Sorry?
Clear this direction, right?
Sort of clear this direction. Your tactician's instincts, let's say, are immediately kicking off. Yeah, there's a sort of clear area here, but at the moment, like for instance, there's 2 archers who are running this way towards the gate, the lock house over here, being hunted down by 2 packs of skeletons over here. But yeah, the skeletons seem to be converging more north and directly south, and also to this side here. So this gate over here in this area, on this side, and this main gate over there. The main gates around across here and across here being completely obliterated, and there are also holes in the walls all around the main settlement, so that it's going to offer 0 protection. So this is the last stand, very much the last stand, as you see it.
And which way is the Frugelhofen?
Which way is the Frugelhorn? The mountain. The mountain
yeah,
technically would be north, which would be the river, so it'd be this way.
Oh, I see. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, that'd be the mountain there. So that'll be north. I put a little N in there already. So that's that's the north there. So Dell is there. She's firing off a couple of shots, and she looks at you and sort of just nods tightly, and then she just puts a hand out, and her hand is like a hold signal, and she's just surveying this area over here, sort of like over here-ish, like towards this wall here, and you just see it. That's all she does. She just puts her hand out and holds, and is now squinting into the darkness. What do you want to do?
Well, hold. Do what I'm told.
Okay. As you do that, you hear this, and out of nowhere, Blue just staggers back, and she just like hits her head on the back of the wall of the bell tower, little bell tower outcropping, and then she just looks at you and she just slumps down to her back and just slides down the tower and just sits there like in really dazed and confused, and then she just keels over to the side. The dog immediately goes over and starts growling and standing guard. Make an initiative test, please.
Okay.
Yeah, pass. Okay. You see about three figures in shadow. They're moving in a very unusual way, and you don't really know. You can't really tell who they are, but they have clearly hopped over this wall here. They're making no attempt to engage the archer here, which doesn't see them. He's standing on like a kind of like makeshift platform, and they're heading straight towards this side over here of the building, and they're just sort of like trying to dart this way through, like here. One of them sort of stops, looks around, like takes aim at this archer, does nothing, then carries on running this way, like that. That make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Cool. So,
Well, I think the situation has got a little bit more complex.
Yes, things have just escalated.
Yeah, definitely escalated. So what do you want to do, sir?
If I've still got time, I'll sort of grab Blue and start trying to get her down.
Okay, so you go to Blue. Blue's sort of like, she's snoring really loudly. So your initial sort of impression is that she's okay, but she's been completely knocked out. And you see in her neck a little dart of something. There's a little ichor kind of coming out of the end where it's hit her neck. It hasn't taken very much to knock her out, which is really worrying. But she's completely knocked out. And you can't, you sort of stop slapping her around in the face a little bit in a gentle way, trying to wake her up and coax her out of whatever's going on, and to no avail. And she's definitely like, she's not in trouble, but she's definitely out for the count. You can't get her, the only way you could get her down the ladder is to push her down, which I don't really recommend.
Straight into the path of a one-legged skeleton.
Yeah. Well, she might crush the skeleton, so I guess it's a silver.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The dog is also like, he's not growling at you, but he's just growling. He's like growling into the darkness, kind of roughly where those three figures were darting through.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, and I'll jump down.
All right, so you're leaving her with Fleck looking after, and you sort of like leap down again. You leap down into the corridor, like slide down the you don't leap like full damage. You like slide down the stairs, and as you do, you land. The skeleton sort of like moves straight towards you and tries to attack you.
You again.
Okay, we're gonna hold it there. So that's quite a lot. Next up is Ratty. So Ratty, you've seen the halfling sort of like fuck around on the roof, and he just slides down straight into the path of the skeleton that's now hopping back towards where he was. What do you want to do, sir?
So, is he directly behind the skeleton? Like,
He's directly where, as you can see him, is how they're standing, like that.
So in other words, if I threw a missile at the skeleton, is there a chance I could hit him?
Depends what you're throwing. If you're doing like the shotgun assault of stones spell, then yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm going to use my amazing javelin thing.
Oh yeah, that thing. I guess if you really fuck up the roll, then I'll have fun with that. Otherwise, you should be okay.
It's a bow skill roll, isn't it?
It's ballistic skill, yeah. Straight ballistic skill roll. What is your ballistic skill, out of curiosity?
I'm so sorry. Ballistic skill.
Ballistic skill, darling.
Okay, all right. So that's what I'm going to do. My arm shoots out, and then I basically kind of keep this javelin thing sort of up one of my wizard's robe sleeves. So this kind of...
Does that mean you walk around with one arm perpetually flexed? Like, not flexed, like perpetually like locked. So that when you shake hands with people, like, hello, and you have to put your arm out. Like
my forearm, isn't it? It's like a giant
that's
dart.
Right. It's like a giant dart. It's not a javelin. It's like Yondu's fucking thing.
Yeah, it's
right,
like bigger
okay.
than Yondu's flying dart.
It's like a massive dart from the 1980s, one of those novelty darts you could get when darts was a big thing here in Britain. Do you know one of those things?
Right. That's awful. I don't want it to be that. But,
okay.
but I should make some kind of leather thing that I can just like keep it along my forearm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just gonna sling it.
Okay.
At that skeleton that's heading towards Teddy.
Okay.
So, hang on. Sorry, trying to just select dice. Actually, fuck those dice. I'm going to use these ones over here because they did me good last time.
They did you dirty.
All right, my bow skill is 34.
That's a 55. That's a miss, right?
Fuck, that's a miss, even with luck. Yeah. All right, miss.
You sort of throw this thing out, and it just goes like that, and just whips back into your hand, like kind of like a weird boomerang, kind of like that, straight back into your hand. You
Oh, that's pretty good.
In fact, you don't even know that you're catching it before you catch it, because you've got that glove on, right? That sort of particular glove thing.
I quite like the idea that I catch it in my afro.
You're incredible. Your Bob Ross hair just like flips and catches it.
Like a giant hair aid, you know.
We can make that mechanic, but if you ever get into fire, that thing's gone faster than you can say burnt hair. So okay, that's fine. You can catch it like you can if you want to do that. You can catch it in your Bob Ross hair. You just capture it in your Bob Ross hair. So it's not like a hairpin. Like a massive Bob Ross hairpin. Okay, that's your go, sir. Not much happened on that one. This thing's about to chomp down on our little Teddy halfling. Yay, fate point. Who's next? Quint, you are up next, sir. I've changed your model. I forgot you've got a new model. This is your new cool model, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Remember, I'm standing upright as opposed to all hunched.
Yeah,
yes.
I kind of like the hunch, though. I quite like to see you put this model back with the hunch. I kind of like the hunch. The hunch. This seems a little too proud. I want to take you down. Can I take you down a peg? Put the hunchback with this model. That's kind of cool.
New model. Come on, let him be that model. I love that model. It's so good.
All right, he's standing very upright. I just think he's not quite as upright as that.
Like
That's fine, Neil. You'll just have to kill him, won't you?
Well, it's just that he's standing, no, I'm just thinking from an anatomical point of view. He's a fucking Skaven. He's a rat man. He's not.
Yeah,
he's not
he's
proud.
aspiring.
He's not like he's not like what do you call? He's not Alexander technique trained rat. He's like
he's aspiring to be a knight, though.
But I just don't think his spine can physically do this. Is what I'm saying. I just think it's improbable that his spine can do that. Okay, you know what? Just give him a little bit of core posters at the top and we'll be fine. Okay.
He's one of our heroes. Let him be a hero.
Let him be a hero. Fuck it. This is how he thinks he looks in his mind, and this is how he actually looks in reality. That's what he looks like. This is what he thinks he looks like. Ta-ta. Fair enough.
I can't believe we're arguing the toss over posture.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm pedantic like that. Okay, so yes, what do you want to do, sir? You are in the room carrying this chest.
Okay, as a free verbal action, I'm going to place down the chest.
I thought you were about to say,
Blacksmith!
I thought you were about to say, look out! like, yes. Sorry, go ahead. Blacksmith.
Blacksmith! Grab the chest! I must save the halfling!
Ta-da!
Alright, cool. So you're going to charge the skeleton.
Like it.
Yeah.
What's your movement, Klim?
My movement is... I can scurry. I can really scurry. Give me a second.
You actually
a
scurrying
movement
in
of
real life?
3.
Oh shit. Okay, so you get a movement of 3, which will take you to. I guess you'll be able to charge just about. I'm being very lenient.
Artistic license, man.
I'm giving you a little leniency on this. Okay, you can charge into the skeleton. Let's say so you get +10 to your weapon skill. To attack, which is groovy. You've also got your nifty sword and stuff, I guess, as well, which gives you bonuses and whatnot.
Right.
What are you attacking with? You can't get your shield out, but you can get a weapon out there.
Yeah, I'm getting the spider sword out.
The spider sword. Okay.
Let's go.
54. What's your weapon skill?
54. My weapon skill is 51. So with the
10,
Teddy breakfast and the +10, absolutely.
Yeah, Teddy breakfast is just +5 to everybody's stats, which is good.
Cool.
Roll a d6 then for the damage. Cool.
Okay, is that a d6 or is that's a d3?
No, that's a d3.
Where
This is a d6.
put the d6?
May I recommend this innocent-looking d6 over here?
Yes, you may. Of course you may. Let's see how we do.
That's a 1. Okay,
yeah, we are.
What's your strength? 3, right?
Strength 3.
Okay. So, and does the
+1 for the sword. 4. And charging.
Charging doesn't give you any extra, but that's. Have you got any skills that like add on extra?
Strike mighty blow.
Strike mighty blow. Yes.
That's 5. And the sword itself already covered. So
Yeah,
it's 5 points of damage. Okay, so you sort of chip away and you like smack its like hand off. Basically, it's raising its hand to try and claw at Teddy, and you sort of rip off the hand in midair as you charge into the damn thing. It's still moving though. You haven't stopped it by any means. Its head is now swiveled around to look at you, but its body is still facing Teddy.
That's all good. Draw the attention. That's what we intended to do.
All right,
Good-o.
cool. You also see Scooter sort of like popping a wheelie. He's basically popping a wheelie on Rice, and Skid Round is now on its back two hooves, is now racing towards the casket, and Scooter is going to jump off. Can you please make an intelligence test? Well, actually, you said it. So, Ratty, can you please make an intelligence test? Actually, so can Teddy. Teddy can as well.
No.
Fail? What did you roll?
Yeah.
80.
I failed.
Jesus. Both are just staring slack-jawed as this dude has like jumped off his mount and is racing towards the casket. Okay, cool. All right, so you do that. That is all of your goes. The skeleton is now going to attack. I'm gonna say Teddy.
Who's he gonna go for?
I think Teddy still, because his body's there. It's a lot of effort to turn him around, so let's just keep him up. That is a miss. He's missed that. So the hand he was going to claw with you, which got lopped off at the wrist, actually sweeps down in an arc, and obviously nothing hits you because there's nothing there anymore. But the skeleton hasn't got the wherewithal, so it just goes straight in front of you.
Oh, I forgot I had dodge blow.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, that's the end of that round. Other things are happening that you can't hear. You hear broken glass being smashed, and you hear other things happening in the sounds of battle, sounds of screaming, and people like shouting war cries, some singing from the dwarves. But you don't really know much more than that at the moment. Your round, I believe, Teddy.
Yeah, I'll strike out with my short sword.
Yep. Okay. So weapon skill roll. What's your weapon skill again?
42.
42. That is a 78. It's a big fail. So you sort of swipe at it, and there's just not enough of the skeleton to make contact. You sort of like,
Guys, we're struggling with a one-legged skeleton. We're going to have real problems with the Leash Master.
yeah, you might do.
No, I know. I'm feeling that we're doing embarrassingly bad with this.
It'd be fine. We've got Afro Boy.
So statistically, that means you should do great well against the Leash Master. I would say. Let's roll those criticals, folks. All right. Next in line is Ratty.
I mean, it'd be pretty embarrassing to try this that javelin thing again. So I'm
gonna skewer one of us, aren't you?
So you should do the javelin thing again, Tom.
Can I just charge him with my staff, please?
Why don't you charge him with the massive fucking war penguin you're sitting on?
Oh fuck! I forgot I was on a war penguin.
Yeah, just smash into him. Just ram him.
Got you on a war penguin.
It's been a long day, dude. I'm also hypnotized by the weird wonky boobs that are drawn on the
Yeah. Always.
I think those were
I don't know what's
eyeballs.
going on there. Why are they on there? Neil?
That was
that about?
That was the spell that I was trying to get you to, the Jeepers Peepers thing. The spell where you could. It's actually a thing called Eagle Sight or Long Sight.
Yeah, you put my eyes to go.
I thought
like,
your eyeballs were going to like go googly like that and just pop out your eyeballs, but you weren't having any of it. I seem to remember.
yeah, I feel that you were trying to turn me into too much. No, of a cartoon.
I don't think there's enough.
We're not putting that on a t-shirt, Neil. We're not putting it on a t-shirt.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna.
This is going to be a wide
so I kind of gently I sort of just gently nuzzle the back of the penguin's head and go, "Hey, you mind getting that bony dude for us?"
It's going to take a bit more than that, sir. I'm just going to say, gently, playing with the ear in a sort of lover's way with the war penguin. You might as well just kick it in the ribs really hard and send it smashing.
I won't do that, though, because I'm an animal lover. I'm using my animal...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're an animal lover. I keep forgetting about that. Okay. So, all right, you're going to still have to make a leadership test.
I still have to make a leadership test.
Yeah, because you're basically using it like a weapon, so you're trying to give it a command. Even if you're trying to coax it, it's still a leadership test. So that's leadership plus 30 for all the reasons before.
Yeah.
92.
Oh.
All right, so you sort of go.
Why do these dice hate me, Neil?
I have
Seriously.
no idea, dude. I'm not in cahoots with the dice. Like dice and I do not have each other's number. We're not friends. We just work colleagues.
Crazy how unlucky with dice.
We just work together. All right, so
Yeah.
so you sort of lean down. You start going. You start doing like War Penguin ASMR, and you're going, hey, you know,
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. If I'm going like, hey, do you mind just going and sorting out that bony? It kind of makes sense that War Penguin's just going, what?
Yeah, it turns around and just goes
like that.
Like that, and just like you basically that's a big no, and just sort of starts to nuzzle. It nuzzles you back a little bit, and it's kind of like happy to nuzzle you, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's pretty much like a no.
Right. Thanks. Okay. Thanks, dice. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Scooter, meanwhile, has hopped off Rice and is now like grabbing the box and is trying to hoik it back over the side of.
Oh yeah, he's doing that. I was going to say if Scooter releases, if Scooter takes out the penguin, the skeleton, and oh my god, I can't even speak properly. If Scooter takes out the skeleton when someone do it,
I have
the
no
NPC,
idea.
That would be really embarrassing, guys.
That'd be really embarrassing. Yeah, that'd be embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Scooter's doing that, and next up, I believe, is Quint. Quint, you're in combat still, sir.
Master Halfling. Where is my lady? Where is the elf?
Whilst I'm attacking.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer, Pete?
Oh, did you not hear me? Sorry, I said she's having a nap.
That's your answer, dude. All right, great.
What do you mean having a nap?
She's up there. She's safe. Don't worry.
Can she not be woken?
I'm going to attack whilst I'm doing this conversation, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Right, there we are.
Yes.
59.
No charge bonus on this one.
Okay, but I do get Teddy special takes me to 55.
Okay. So
Fortunately, I have two attacks this round, so
okay.
we might be able to solve this.
Cool. And that's you're using the spider sword, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's a miss, and you'll get your next attack. I think just after the skeleton does. Okay, so next up, unless anybody's got anything else to do, I believe it's the skeleton's attack. I can't believe the skeleton is still alive. That's extraordinary.
I'm trying here.
The most humiliating.
This could be like a party
that we've played skeleton. In a long time.
This is like a party killer skeleton. It's like at the end of the film, he just hops off, and it's just like you're putting this bandana he's made out of Ratty's robe around his head. He just grabs a sword in his back and goes off to solve crimes and defend farmers. All right, so okay.
Oh no, boys and girls, it's Hoppity, the killer skeleton.
So Hoppity misses again, unfortunately. Takes a wild swipe at both of you. It's like spins around with both of its like limbs and tries to spin and it does nothing. And yep, that's it. It's a new round. Teddy, you're still in combat. Unbelievably, I have to say that it's like 3 rounds now. You're still in combat with Hopalong.
Can I get my second attack?
Oh, you can get your second attack. Yes, please. Can you do so? Because even I'm getting slightly, impatient.
Yeah, I'm trying to push it along. Believe me.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Roll it, sir.
Okay, cool. Right, let's drop that there, and we need to grab these like this, like that. Put the big box round the dice and roll them. Fantastic.
95 is a critical. Thank you very. Oh no, that's not a critical.
Not.
Fuck. So close.
It's still a miss.
So close. Let's go to the big board of critical failures and successes. That's 96 to 100. Damn you for ever convincing me otherwise. Right. So that is a massive miss, but not a critical failure, which would have been beautiful this time. And Hoppity would have appreciated that. The massiveness, you sort of swipe, and this thing's now like doing this boing. It's now doing a little sugar ray movements, like boing, 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 like this. And you think it's mocking you. It's got this perpetual smile and grimace because it's a skeleton, but you think it's mocking you a little bit. And it's like wiggling its bum every now and again when it hops. Like shimmy, hop, shimmy, swipe, shimmy, hop. Okay, cool. That's your round over. Unbelievable. Next up is again Teddy. Hi, Teddy. Here we are still.
Come on.
Chapter 38.
No.
What did you get? What did you roll?
I don't believe it.
That's a 75. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you sort of like go ha 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 like that. Like Roberto.
This was never my
Futurama.
forte.
This is really not your forte. You sort of swipe again, and this thing is just hopping. This thing is now like putting its hands up, like doing one of those like, you know, Muhammad Ali, one of those. You can't do a foot shimmy because he's only got one fucking leg, folks. But it's doing like an arm shimmy as well now. It's really got into whatever magical thing that's animating it. It seems to be seeing the funny side of this. It's now like really weaving and ducking and diving and just moving between you. Okay, so at that point, you hear this as like a door over here just bursts open. It's like this. And there's sort of like this weird, like acrid smoke. Obviously, there's been a fire lit nearby. The smoke sort of billows out into the corridor. And this is the door to the infirmary. And through this kind of like charcoal smoke and with people coughing behind, you hear this like voice as this person, this figure steps into this cloud of smoke and steps through and goes, "So, looks like you fuckers are up to your usual level of standard and competence." And he and standing in front of you, wearing this bizarre mask and carrying this like kind of like tattered parchment that's been pretty much stapled to his chest with a KE on it, is Ziggy. Ziggy Hauptmann, who's standing in front of you holding his wrist crossbow. He levels his wrist crossbow at the skeleton. You just hear this.
No, if he takes out the skeleton now.
And this thing just gets its head completely leveled out. It just goes.
I assume I don't see this.
No, you don't. The skeleton just goes bam and just flies off the side. But you do hear this. I see your fuckers up to your usual level of standards. And then this dude like goes thump and fires a wrist crossbow, which is pretty cool, and just steps forward. He turns to the left and goes, "Ratty," and turns to you and goes, "Reject." as he looks at Teddy, he goes,
"You were never cool." Stop.
Can everybody make an initiative test, please?
Rolling.
Yeah.
No, I
96.
fail.
That's a critical failure, actually. 96. How the fuck do I turn this into something interesting? All right, 96. You don't recognize who it is.
Okay.
Fail as well. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I've just had like a sort of visitation from my god. So
yeah. Okay.
I'm like, hey, yeah. Who are you? Exactly.
Like, okay, he just stands and goes, "I'm glad you asked that. You used to know me as the dashing and very unsexy, very corporal Ziggy Hauptmann, but he is dead. He died on that waterfall. Now you may refer to me as Capitan Empire." he just stands there. Out of nowhere, this wind just bursts through, probably from the tree area, and it just catches his blonder than blonde hair and just ruffles it just so, and he just stands there, sort of like his hands on his like hips, his crotch slightly protruding forward for no reason, his back arched, and for a split second, he looks like a god incarnate, and he just stands there. He's got this big KE, which explains the KE on his chest, I guess. But he's now introduced himself as Capitan.
Do I remember who he is now?
You have no idea who he is. Like, you have zero idea. This dude, as far as you know,
can't read either.
You can't read either.
The letters.
You can't even understand the letters.
I have a really important question.
Tom, you're breaking up, dude.
I think I can ask this, even though I can't remember this. I have a really important question for him, but I guess I can't ask it actually because I don't know who he is.
Well, you can ask it if it makes
Damn
sense
it.
to a stranger.
Okay. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. It was whether he'd lost his virginity yet. But,
okay. I can give you, because he critically failed it. This dude looks like he lost his virginity and everybody else's. He looks like he's just a seriously hot dude. He's got
man.
He's got a PPE mask on. Look at that. He's even got a PPE mask on. Isn't that brilliant? He's got a PPE mask on. He's got this.
You're welcome, Neil. You're welcome.
Well done, Cliff. He's got this serious-looking shield as well. Look at that. That's a serious-looking shield. And he's sort of flexing a lot. He's doing a lot of lunging and flexing. Interestingly, mechanics-wise, not that your characters know this, but PC-wise, he's definitely taken a few insanity points after that water incident. And this may be the result of that. So yes, he's now Ziggy's back, I guess. He's a non-playing character, so I'll be playing him. You can reason with him, but he may be very much a free agent, as it were. However, he's sort of back. He's got a crossbow on his back still, and his wrist crossbow is pretty much undamaged. He also seems to have a new sword and a new shield from some inexplicable place. But he's looking a bit like, I don't know, a bit frisky, if that makes sense.
You are Master Ziggy, of which they've talked about.
Okay, he looks at you and goes, "My God in heaven, demon!" He just like he pulls out a sword and levels it towards you.
I drop to one knee and present my sword side on and say,
Master Knight, I believe I've done you a terrible disservice, and I have your sword.
He looks and goes, "That is not my sword. That is the sword of a hellspawn, and I shall not touch its revenge. She tried to seduce me, you know. You all saw it."
Then, if it would please you, sir, then I will continue using it for noble purposes.
He comes up to you, sort of like takes a good sniff of you, and like just walks around you, then comes back and goes, "Has anybody told you you're a fine example of a true Empire man?"
I am honoured, my knight.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying, has anybody told you? Because they'd be mad and probably would need to be sectioned in some kind of infirmary. And he slaps you across the face. "You're so ugly. Please do not look at me." And he walks over towards where Ratty is. He slaps
you are too kind.
Hey, hey, Capitan. That's not cool. He's a good rat guy, you know. Like, I'm a rat guy. He's a rat guy. We're the rat guy gang.
Oh my God.
So you know,
Captain Empire. He shushes you with one hand and goes, "I see, Ratty, you are still the brains of the outfit. Very good. Now listen."
Oh, move. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
As you sort of start milling around at this new appearance, Wavy Davy actually pops his head around the infirmary. He's pretty much covered in blood and like got towels on his arms, and so obviously helping out as some kind of like field nurse. And he looks and goes, oh my God, he's loose. Listen, you guys are okay to look after him. We've got our hands full over here. Plus, somebody's saying something about a whole bunch of skeletons coming over the wall. Might be important. Good luck. He puts his thumbs up and goes, "Good luck, everybody." And just slams the door again, picks up the pieces, like puts the door back in place, and you hear this very fast hammering. And another voice, which clearly is Dasher, going, "Jesus, thank fuck for that. I thought he'd never fucking leave." As they sort of go back to the infirmary and board at the windows. You also now starting to hear like smashes of windows. And there's a lot of smashes. Like there's a lot of this entire building seems to be attacked from all the edges around. So obviously they've got over the walls. You do hear some screams from outside. These will be probably the archer sentries on the walls surrounding the actual building. And it looks like the final assault is at least started, if not here. What do you all want to do, folks? It is now a new round, I'm presuming. So, Teddy.
Hopping into this cart and saying, "Come on, let's go."
Hopping into what?
Isn't the cart attached to the penguins?
The cart is not attached. No. These are free range penguins.
Free range penguin.
These are free range penguins.
Oh, so
use me that much, but it does.
So the cart's not there either.
The cart's not there, man. Somebody's taken your beautifully executed break glass in case of cowardice plan and has completely gazumped it, including all the supplies that you were stuffing into the cart. Yeah. Plus some of the money. Some of the money you pinched as
well. Is this something that we've just figured out, that Teddy was gonna do a runner?
You can put 2 and 2 together now if you wish. That's entirely fair. Teddy runs past you and does this hop and then expects to land somewhere, and he goes, "Where's the cart?" When he realizes he hasn't landed in a cart, there's nothing there. He goes, "Where's the cart?" Like that. So yeah, you can
You
put
brought
2
penguins,
together.
but not the cart. Where's the bloody cart?
I think we left it back in the shed. Hey guys, we really need to go sort out this leash master guy, because he's kind of causing issues right here. So, can we maybe get on the back of these penguins and go? I think I know where he is, so I think we just need to ride out to him and maybe flatten him. But we need to get this metal dude with us, because the metal dude is good at squishing people. So, can we? That's
Master Ratigan. If we let loose the golem, then this place will be flooded with undead.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job at the moment.
Okay, well then we just go fight. We gotta go do it ourselves then.
You hear this
Fine,
you hear this scream. You hear this this huge smash and succession of screams coming from roughly around here-ish. And there seems like women and some men and children, maybe their voices are screaming from this room in here. Just FYI, that one.
It's going to make it a tough decision, isn't it?
Yep. That's not great, is it?
There may be a bit of murder, which we can't help.
Do we split the party, or do we all go?
Never.
No.
Yeah, my feeling is we stick together now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking that the as my character is a case of we've got a party, we've got an idea where the Lich Lord is, which is more than information about 5 minutes ago. This place is going to have to fend for itself, I'm afraid.
I mean, if we take the Leash Master out, we take everything out, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if we fight here, we stand to maybe get bogged down even more. And it just took us over a round to kill one-legged skeleton.
Not really our forte, is it?
Oh, I'm blaming the dice and their weird high roll in dice. But yeah.
So what we're saying? What we're saying?
I don't know. What's the call, guys?
Ride out with me. If I am to suffer an end, let it be worthy of song.
In layman's terms.
I was trying to do a little bit of, a little bit of the rings there.
No, I'm loving it.
I said we go kill him.
Do we all know, or just Tom, where he is?
Well, the thing is, that's why my character asked
Only
him,
I know where he is.
But his character did tell us all effectively that he knows where he is.
Oh, okay.
So that's better than nothing, and it's better than dying in a
Yeah, I
monastery.
just said that I know where he is. So.
And we're trusting this crazy stoned Afro dude.
Got a better idea?
Yeah. Run away.
Look, it's away from the monastery, which is the perfect coward's way out. So why are you complaining?
I'm with you on that one. Yeah. Let's go. Oh no.
Let's find the crazy man away from the undead.
So what are we? And we decided to go for the Leash Master then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Looks like it's unanimous.
Mount up and the four of us.
Okay. So
With Ziggy.
Scooter's sort of standing there with the crate in his arms, and he's just like walking towards you, huffing this this chest that he's got. The rice is sort of like wandering around here a little bit. Obviously, you can go and easily grab rice and get her to be mounted. But in practical terms, what does that mean, folks?
Okay. I suggest we need to divide the two lots of people in between the penguins. So however you want to do that, considering where the penguins are, I suggest me and Scooter, with possibly Ratigan, the halfling, and Captain Empire over there on the other one. What do you think? Because he doesn't like me, so the logical choice is he goes with the Ratigan.
Presumably.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, walk
That works.
Can we fit all 5 of us on there?
They are very long animals.
Well, we're going to take 2, right?
Yeah.
Pete?
Yeah.
So yeah, well, they're big enough that
3 people.
Two, like,
3 could
two-
fit on.
Okay.
yeah,
Like 2
exactly.
two
And
people
you're
and a
half a
halfling.
person.
Yeah.
You're a halfling. 2 people and a halfling would be able to ride on one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And 2 people in a
yeah,
chest.
we're good.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, good. All right.
Sweet.
Wow, look at that.
Well balanced.
Perfect.
As everything should be.
I'm trying to get. Oh, damn it! All right, it's not gonna happen. So I'll put you on his edge.
No.
But
How can you do that?
I don't know.
It always falls over when I try.
Yeah, it's good. It'll be enough.
It's
It'll be
Vagabond
enough.
Jenga.
So yes,
Glorious.
we're going to look like we're running away, right, to everyone else as we run through the
Okay.
building.
So you're going to basically just start running through. Now the doors at the end are closed, and actually you do hear, like, you can see as you're running, as you're riding through this area, people are pulling back behind like makeshift improvised tables upturned and all kinds of things, and the doors are in the center there. The doors are barred, and these two dudes sort of moving away from the doors because the doors are being battered down as you're sort of racing towards them. So what are you going to do, folks? You're going to either have to open the doors, or these things look like they're going to fly off in the minute anyway. Is it, the windows? There's only 4 windows, which are the W's here, which are around. They're very big windows, like stained glass windows, basically.
Are the doors barricaded?
One at a
I'm
time,
confused as to what you're asking.
folks. The doors here are barred.
I'm confused. We came in through them.
Yeah, and somebody barred them behind you.
Ah. You motherfucker.
Not really. There's a fucking skeleton horde barreling down towards you.
Yeah,
So
I know.
fair enough, really.
It does really make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we
Huh.
would leap through a window and make an opening, or
Yeah, I think leap through windows. It's going to have to be leap through windows because
Amazing.
the doors we're not going to be able to smash down. We shouldn't really be stopping.
Okay.
Will
so
the windows accommodate your average two rider penguin situation?
Neil,
I guess
do me a
so.
favor.
Yes.
Do me a favor. Could you put a marker roughly in relation to, the direction of where I saw the leash master
Oh, yeah,
from
sure.
where we are?
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah, just sort of put in a mark. Like, what way are we going to turn? All
Yeah,
right,
that
so
makes
we go
sense.
through that window then.
Cool.
There we go.
Alrighty. You're going to go through the window. I love it.
I'm lead. Yeah.
Amazing. All right, do me a favor. It's a ride test, and then it's going to be a risk test for everybody going through the window on the horse.
I'm so good at rolling dice, but let's.
Fucking war penguin. I can't believe you're doing some like Hollywood blockbuster Michael Bay shit right now. I'm loving it. All right, so please make a roll, folks. So that is going to be a ride test for both you, and then whomever is doing the riding on the other one, which I guess would be Quint.
Is that leadership?
That is leadership, yeah.
Oh boy.
Because you're trying to force a penguin straight through it.
Oh boy, my leadership is so bad.
mine's worse.
I got 32, so this is going to be very entertaining.
You got plus 30, Tom.
Oh really?
Yeah. 92. It's
No,
beautiful.
come on.
It's beautiful.
I roll 90s every time. This
Beautiful.
I'm not
It's
I'm not
beautiful.
buying this.
It's beautiful. So that's a failure. You're gonna have to make an initiative test now, please. Otherwise, you're
Neil, why is it I'm rolling 90s every time? It's
Dude, I don't know.
nuts.
You're rolling it, man. I'm nothing. It's literally nothing to do with that.
I don't buy it.
That's a 32, which is a success. So you managed to sort of like you sort of really about to. You realise the angle you're going through is going to basically sever you to pieces. You manage to like, yank on the reins and just like move Rice away from it, and he sort of curls around like this, and so he doesn't quite get there, and he sort of like comes back, and you manage to get him under control. Cake, in the meanwhile, is barreling towards a window with gay abandon. Please make a leadership roll.
That was the 32.
Oh, that was yours?
That was me.
Oh.
Yes.
So, wait, did Tom not roll anything for initiative?
No, I rolled 92 because I only roll 90s now, it seems.
You rolled 90 and then a 92. Have you rolled for initiative yet?
That was my leadership.
Well, please roll
Do
for
I have to
initiative.
roll?
Yeah, this is like to put on the emergency brakes. It's a straight initiative roll.
Okay.
Oh, forget everything I just said. Okay. 44. You going to pass that?
With luck or a teddy breakfast?
Luck, with Teddy breakfast, no, but with luck, yes.
With luck, I will, yeah.
Fine. You basically everything I just said comes into play, and you yank hard down on the reins, and the war penguin skids, bounces off, and just turns around a bit. In the meantime, Quint just sails straight through this window, The war penguin.
Yeah, but I don't know where I'm supposed to be going, do I?
No. You just burst through. Like, this thing just smashes straight through the window.
At least it's open now.
Yeah, and you
It'd be easier to get Ratty through.
Okay, so as you land, sir, let me just update you with what you see. So you land. Yes, I would definitely say I do. You land straight on the outskirts of this of the chapel. The gates have been blown out. Not the gates to the building, obviously, because those were locked, but the gates just over here have been completely eradicated. So they no longer exist. They're completely blown open. Pouring through is hordes of skeletons, and they're just pouring through, like literally, like as you see them now. Each one is like about 3 or 4 skeletons. There are a couple of skeletons that are sort of closer to you. Here, you are currently here. I'm going to put your little model there that represents the you and what's this? A scooter, and also the war penguin. And the skeletons sort of like seeing you, and they're barreling towards it. Some of them are at the doors here, slamming what looks to be like a half-fallen tree against the doorway there. And yes, they're just slamming against it. Can you please make an initiative test?
Right.
What's that? 41. Is that a pass?
Let's have a look. Initiative. Yeah, with a teddy breakfast, yes.
Okay, so sort of seeing that, you sort of in complete, you're in like combat alacrity, so you take everything in at a glance. You also see 3 figures hugging the side of the building, and they start pointing and jabbering at you. And at first, you sort of can't quite believe your eyes or your ears until you realise that these 3 have actually dressed very much and are moving very much and are speaking very much like members of Clan Echelon, who are
cool. The assassins, brilliant.
Yeah, the assassin guild of a Skaven Warren, and one of them has now seen you and is screeching like that, and is pointing, goes like that, is jabbing away. You can't hear what he's saying, however, they are very animated, and all 3 of them are now looking at you.
Got a pretty close idea as to what they're saying. Okay, have I noticed that Ratty has failed to materialise with his ass?
Well, this is only like 6 seconds, and you've already taken 3 seconds to burst through the window and land and then take it all in. So you can see Ratty has not jumped through the window yet. Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm going to have to then maybe... Okay, I'm just looking at the number of skeletons I'm seeing here, and if I've taken that into account, the only other thing I can do is actually do a circuit round here, come back round, and hope he comes out through the window by the time I get back round him. So I basically need to make a clip of this thing going round this way, and hope he gets out of either the gate or something by the time I come back round, because otherwise I'm going to be in combat and I'm going to get stalled.
I quite like the fact that we all going to have 2 or 3 weeks of real time to look back on your choices in this episode and go, why did we do that? Good. Okay, so you're going to be racing around a circuit around La Maison Tal blind, just like this, to come back to this point, which is going to take you a good 4 rounds, I would say.
Okay, it's going to take me 4 rounds. Okay, I didn't realise that.
This is not going to take you 1 round of 6 seconds, dude. This place is pretty big. Okay. So it's going to take you a good 4 or 5 rounds to circumnavigate La Maison Tal.
Can I do more of a loop like that to give myself a round, and then so lead the undead in, and then turn it around and come at them at a clip and hope he comes out there?
I'm not even going to ask why you think that's a good idea, but yes, you can.
Because if I stand here, Neil, I'm just going to get swamped and killed.
Sure, if you stand there.
And I don't know where I'm going. My character doesn't know where he's going. Okay. So he needs a plan.
Like a rev up and a turn around. Okay. Scooter's still holding on to you, but he's not really doing much anyway. He's still got the chest on his arms.
Cool.
Yeah, you can turn. Yeah, you turn Rice, and you start breaking it as fast as it will go. You sort of dig your little paws into its side, and it turns. You get to around here, and you start your turn there. Okay, that's your round.
Excellent.
So bizarre. Okay, so Tom and Teddy.
Yeah.
Teddy, I guess it is, right?
Yeah.
Where is Teddy?
Teddy!
Silence.
Okay, so Teddy notwithstanding, Teddy's out for the moment.
Sorry,
so
I was on. Yeah, just on mute for a second there.
Oh no worries. What do you want to do, Teddy? You've just seen these lot dart off in the wrong direction, and you can hear all the commotion outside now very clearly. There's clearly lots of skeletons outside.
Do you want to try that again, Ray? Could have gone a bit better.
I mean,
I'll give it a whip as well. How will that help? Come on,
yeah.
Rice. Come on.
Any way you can help out? I'm having problems with these guys.
Not really.
Because
the animals is not my forte.
Just out of nowhere, Captain Empire goes, "Oh, you're all such peasants," and he just digs his flanks, his heels, straight into the sides of Cake, and he just screams out like that. And he's going to make a leadership test to sort of do what you can't do. I'm presuming you still want to go through that fucking window, so I'm going to get him to do it instead. Okay, that is a massive success. So basically, it's a critical success. So the war penguin just lurches forward almost from a standing start and just jumps straight out and lands and barrels into some of the skeletons that have kind of come around the corner or chasing Rice, and he just barrels into it and smashes them to pieces. These things just fly off, basically like that. You do notice, if you want to come over to this side over here, you can see the number of skeleton groups here. So I'm going to put a little ratty down to just to show you where you are. I'll put Teddy down with me. Don't have any to hand. I'll just do a copy. It's fine. Sorry. If I just copy that. Okay, so I'm going to put the rice cake down. You are... Fuck, where are you? You're over here. Okay, this is where you are. So on the micro map, this is where you are. I'm going to put into a massive... These two are rice and cake. So you're here currently, and you just smashed into a whole bunch of skeletons. Can everybody on that particular war penguin make an initiative test, please? That will be Captain Empire. Somebody roll for Captain Empire. That will also be Teddy.
Yeah.
And that will also be Ratty.
Just for me. Yeah, fine. And for the captain.
That's a pass too. So
I don't.
yeah,
Okay.
Captain.
I fail.
You're a fail. Okay, so Tom, you're still like bewildered from what the fuck just happened and holding on for dear life to this war penguin. Teddy, you see three characters skitting around on top of the roof. One of them is getting out some kind of contraption. Another is pointing to where Rice is. Another one is sort of like helping the first one. You can see very clearly. Have you ever met Skaven before? Is this a new creature? Have you ever come across them before?
No, we did back in.
Oh, you did. That's right, you did. Yeah. So you recognise what this is. These are Skaven, and they look like they look sort of familiar, kind of. You're not entirely sure, with the exception of Quint. I guess all Skaven look the same to you, you racist bastard. Yeah, you sit there and you sort of like there's a bunch of Skaven, but they look really handy and really like insidious, and they're all wearing dark clothes and looking a little ninja-ish. They don't seem to have like taken notice of you. They're all very focused on the other war penguin.
Can we take a shot at one?
Absolutely. There's three of them in close proximity to one another. They're just all on the edge of.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Okay, that's a hit. So what's your effective strength of your or
3 plus
1?
Oh, 4.
4. Okay. So that's a 4, which means. So I just get the things that actually.
Just on whoever's the furthest forward of the three of them.
The furthest of the one that's trying to get something out of its pack. Okay, so that's a 4, right? So you shoot out.
Yeah.
It actually just clipped this dude around the head. Doesn't do much damage. It does a little bit, but not much. It's like glancing shot. But he breaks his concentration, and this thing that he's holding slides off the corner of the roof and just lands on the floor. And you can see it's like a blowpipe. Yeah, it looks like this weird, like long tube with 2 ends. Sticking out one end is this dart, and you hear this. Mountains, kill him! Like that, and they just all start pointing to you. The other two immediately jump off the roof and are basically like doing like an aerial attack on you. Just like they're in midair with these 2 daggers. Like,
so they're falling. Good.
They're falling on you. So they're gonna try and if they miss you, I guess we'll have our fun. Yeah, that's it for the moment. That's your round. They are going to move probably after Ratty. So Ratty, it's your go. And these things are now falling pretty much towards you, trying to attack you.
They're falling?
They're jumping at you. They're leaping at you from the roof with 2 daggers.
Okay.
You're being ninged at, Tom.
You're being ninjed. You're being ninjed.
Right.
Like this.
Okay, I'm going to snatch up a pebble.
Yep.
It's time to do some fucking magic, motherfuckers.
About goddamn time.
I'm gonna go Super Saiyan Ratty here.
Okay.
You got the hair for it.
Pick up a pebble.
Well,
I whirl around like I do a full 360
you drop into the
spin.
ground. You drop into the ground first, like rolling off the wall penguin, picking up a pebble, and doing all that kind of shit.
Yeah, go on then.
All right, cool. So
Yeah.
you sort of like you roll off the penguin, hit the deck, do another combat roll, pick up a pebble, whirl round. It's all fucking magic foo right now. Okay, cool.
I sling the pebble at these shadowy figures that are dropping towards me, and I go, this, you motherfucking bastards! And it spreads into a spray of large tennis balls size pebbles.
Nice. This is incredibly fucking anime. I'm digging it. It's like if this is the roof. This is the roof here. They've got these little critters like this, like that, and you've done this like little fucking this maneuver like this. It'll spin around, and now you're like pointing up, like you're blasting at them like this. And you're just standing there. I don't know why I'm getting carried away with my doodle, but it's like really fun.
You're into the I like you. You're into the anime-ness of it.
Okay, cool. I'm digging it, dude. Oh, that's very cool. It's an automatic strike, I believe, and they are jumping, attacking you, so there's no way they can dodge this, really, I would say. Out of fairness to you. So how do you do this? What is the roll you make? How many times do you hit them and all that stuff?
Oh, God. Yeah, sorry. I need to look this up again.
I'm sorry to put you out like that, Tom. What a bastard I am.
It's like the 2d6 hits.
Whether the spell is in the book of magic or whether it's
in the book of magic. It's absolutely in the book. It's actually in the original. Do you know? Shall I look it up for you? Would you like me to?
Level 1 elemental.
Why don't you take some time out, Tom, and let me do the work? Wow. Okay. So let me get. It's Assault of Stones, which I can just find it here.
That's it.
Oh my god! You don't have another name of it. Jeez. Okay. 8 years or 6 years of playing. 6 years, a minimum of 6 years of playing. All right.
In that performance.
Oh god. Okay, so we're Assault of Stones. Okay, so it's a pebble. So this acts as automatic hit. It is its target causing d6 wounds at strength 4. If it's at a group, it will hit 2d6 individuals. So you roll 2d6, then you roll a d6 if you get like more than 2. So if you hit both of them, you roll a d6 for each of them. So actually, it's automatically going to hit both of them. It's 2d6. It's automatically going to hit both of them. That's fine. So just roll 2d6s.
Yes.
That's a d3, sir. That's not going to help you.
Oh.
Here you go. I'm throwing you a bow on that one. There you go. So
Thank you.
2d6. You're welcome.
Okay. That would have been terrible.
That would have been awful. Yeah. So it's going to hit...
That's I roll 2 1s now.
Fuck me.
All right.
That's messy.
Holy shit. So that is 3... Wait. That's 5 hits of strength 4 on each of them. Wow. Okay.
No,
We might have to repaint the monastery.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we just did.
That's pretty amazing. I'm going to say that because of that, you may also hit the one that's on the roof that was pretty much next to them as well. So let's just see how we go, because I may have to throw you a bone here on this one. All right, so rock and roll. So you please roll. I'm going to have to make a note of this real quick. So please roll this d6, and then let me do some very quick calculations on the wounds. So roll d6. That's not a roll. That's a pickup, sir.
No, I know. I was clicking on it.
That's a 5. That's a 9. That's a 3. That's a, okay. That's yep. Go ahead. And again.
Hang on.
So that's a smooth little touch there. That's a critical hit. Okay. This thing is dead. There's no way that this thing is not dead. Please roll for the other one. I can't even believe I'm making you roll. This is ridiculous, really. That's a 3. Okay. Go ahead.
Another one.
Yep. Okay. Nope, again. Okay. Yeah, that's a critical hit. Okay, you're going to kill both of them because there's no way this thing's going to survive. So basically, as these two things like launching down, like basically like this, like that, you just go and like machine minigun them with an assault of a fucking assault of stones, and you just shred them to pieces. In fact, you can tell me what happens to these two things. Please be my guest.
What do you imagine? So no, it's not so much like it's because it's not like a machine gun, because it's basically like the pebble. Doesn't it sort of split and then grow into like
boulders or something, mini boulders?
Well, yeah, like 4 or 5, like so they're like tennis ball size.
Right.
So these are just sort of just pulping these things.
Nice.
When Clem was talking about redecorating La Maison Tile, yeah, he wasn't shitting. This is just strawberry.
There'll be some shit in there.
There's no Skaven, just becomes Skaven jam. And
okay, nice.
Mangled rat person just like squidging down the wall of La Maison Tile. Sorry, La Maison Tile. I hope this isn't a desecration.
Yeah, in the back of your mind, you hear this very faint but quite loud. Oi, that's my house.
It'll sponge out.
I'll clean it up later, Dad.
Okay. So these things are just basically pasted. You sort of get the faint whiff, but you don't really get the hit of it. And you hear this very large from the roof as the remaining Clan Echelon assassin really squirts the Musk of Fear, and he just immediately sort of like scrabbles back over the roof, away from where you are. As you do so, Teddy, have you had a go yet? I can't remember if you've actually done anything or not.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, that's cool. So as you do so, Quint actually manages to pull back Cake. Was it Rice? I forget which one you're on. You're on Rice, actually. Rice, and he comes back. At this point, Ziggy's now taking control of Rice. Or Cake, sorry. That's right. That's Rice. That's Cake. Yeah, Cake. And has seen you doing this. Yes, that was... pretty I can't do his fucking accent now. German. Ich bin ein Berliner. That was really nice. Yeah. Although I could have done it with one arm tied behind my back and no magic. Like that. And so he goes, now come on, comrades. Certain death awaits. For glory. Like that. And he just digs his heels in. And he manages to pull back on the reins really sharply. And so Kate just like goes up onto 2 legs and goes like that. Teddy sort of holds on. At that point, if you want to, you can jump on its back very quickly, Ratty. If you want to, its back is.
Yeah, no, we need to get out this. Yeah.
And as you do so, both Rice and Cake lurch forward, and you're met pretty much straight on by a horde of skeletons that have just sort of come around the corner. And between you and the open gates behind it, here, there are tens of skeletons pouring through. So much so that this next few seconds could dictate whether or not you survive this ordeal or not. And you're both Rice and Cake, who have now got their blood up, so to speak, have literally just lurched forward and charged straight at them. Does anybody want to have any final like cool lines to say as you're charging, probably to certain death? Because this is a hell of an epic ending, folks.
So what we are...
No.
To the Lich Master!
Okay, cool.
That's the voice that works, yeah.
Good. At that point, folks, we are going to call a end to tonight's session. Holy fucking shit. Well, I guess, folks, if you wish for... I don't know, all the PCs to make something so stupid that they're going to spend all their fate points next turn, then sometimes you get your wish. And there we go. Thank you very much, everybody. That was amazing. That was pretty interesting, very different. Yeah, how you doing, Vagabonds? This was a bold move. Not how I thought the adventure was going to go, but that's cool.
I love the assault of stone. I thought that was a master stroke. They leap off the roof and then blast it back immediately. That was fantastic.
Awesome.
It's a ridiculous spell. It's so good.
It is very powerful. It is a pretty ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, it's kind of a last resort thing because it can backfire. Because you're basically you're indiscriminately shooting in the direction of a 45-degree arc. So if one of your mates are there, they are also going. I'm pretty sure you've had that. I'm pretty sure one of the PCs just indiscriminately fired it off and Probably did hurt one of their fellows. Anyway, listen, folks, that's been fun. Sorry we didn't have quite a full house, but obviously, you know, this is pretty exciting. This is a lot of action, a lot of combat going on. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, because that was really fun. I really liked that.
Yeah.
And thank you very much to the Vagabonds as always. Thank you to the mods. And thank you to you for being just supporters of the channel, but also supporters of the Vagabond Chronicles, because it's kind of a niche market. This thing, you know, it's pretty out there with fucking war penguins and shit. You know, it's a little high fantasy. But we hope you really enjoyed it because we had a really good time. So thank you very much to the Vagabonds. We've got one last thing to do, which is to flip this motherfucking table.
Let's flip that motherfucking table.
I think Tom earned it this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Ugh. Pete's like, ugh.
I want to do it.
Tom, you want to do it? All right, Pete. You fucking
Pete, because Pete managed to do this whilst also walking their dog.
Fair enough. Pete was walking the dog, selflessly walking the dog. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, folks. Well, listen, thanks very much. We're going to be back this week. We've got a few things planned. Definitely on Thursday, possibly other days. I'll let you know through social media as always. And yeah, thanks very much for hanging out and just being a part of it as always. See you soon, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Vagabonds.
So long.
Tom's just gone. He's just like, I'm out.
I'm here.
All right, folks. Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.